The only thing that that my accountant didn't do was file my personal tax returns. He filed my business tax returns. He didn't file my personal tax returns for whatever reason. And that was the reason why they got into it and started looking into everything. And then, of course, they had to find something. And they actually didn't really even have, if I was a citizen, it would have been nothing. Believe me, it would have been nothing. I would have probably been out in like a year. I would have been home. It would have been over and forgotten. And it would have been like nothing. You know what I mean? But being that I wasn't a citizen, that's what made it, so much worse, and made it to where it got, which was my fault. I should have always became a citizen, and I never did, but whatever. I mean, you can't cry about spilled milk, right? It's pretty much water under the bridge.
Well, that's a very positive attitude to have. I mean, you think that Joe Gorga and Melissa were involved in going to the feds?
Well, why would they invite those attorneys to their party, which by the end of the night, they were thrown out. There is a scene where the one attorney is there and gets thrown out of the party. That's her. All right. She was actually my ex-partner's attorney that were going to the feds and working with my ex-partner. So, I mean, why would they have these people there? Why would they even be there?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It doesn't make any sense.
That's a really bad thing to do when it's your sister's husband and there's a whole family involved.
And kids involved, you know what I mean? You know what? I believe in karma. You know what I mean? My ex-partner had 2 strokes. He's pretty much finished. You know what I mean? So he ain't doing much nowadays. And look, I mean, I believe in karma. You know what I mean? There's no doubt I do believe in karma. And you know what? At least I get to see my kids. At least I get, I'm here. You know what I mean? I'm working. I got thrown into a country that I knew nothing about. All right. Basically just dumped there like I don't know, like I guess a dog, you know what I mean? But not even a dog gets dumped like that. They even get care, get taken care of. And thank God Italy took me in and basically took care of me. They actually treated me like a person, not like the US. The US just treats you like garbage. I mean, they treat their own citizens like garbage. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous the way they treat people there when you get involved in, certain things like this. And I mean, my charges don't even exist here. Tax things don't exist in the Bahamas. Tax things don't exist in Italy. You know what I mean? You just don't go to jail for that stuff. You know what I mean? You get a fine, you get a whatever, but I mean, you don't go to jail. You don't break they don't break families up and, like they do over there. I mean, they throw people behind bars there for years for that stuff. You know what I mean? And it's ridiculous. You know what I mean? A fine, a slap on the wrist, 6 months for anything you do, okay, as a first offense should be more than efficient, not 15 years or whatever the hell they give, for certain things, I guess, which I've seen them all in there. You know what I mean? Who had 20 years, who had 30 years for tax things. You know what I mean? I'm not talking about you killed somebody. Murderers get out before people that do tax crimes in the States. You know what I mean? First time, you should get a slap on the wrist. Oh, fine. All right, take the money away. Do whatever you got to do. But, to break up a family and, destroy their lives over one mistake, I don't think it's fair.
This is my own lack of knowledge. Like, is it over? Like, is there any appeal, or is it just like, this is like, you've accepted it, or is it still like there's something to be done?
I mean, look, there's something to be done. I mean, but let's see what happens. I mean, I'm not gonna, I thought that something would happen while I was away. That's why I spent an extra 7 months in immigration and fought my case case after case that cost me hundreds of thousands of dollars for no reason. You know what I mean? Because that's all these attorneys want to do is just take away money. That's all they want to do is take your money.
Nobody,
so they take your money,
yes.
And then you spend extra time in jail for what? For nothing. Appeals, this and that. It's ridiculous what they make you do while you're in there, and then at the end of the day, nothing happens anyway, because it's very hard to turn over the win an appeal. It's very hard for a judge to say they made a mistake. Yes, change this. They're not going to do that. Once they make a decision, it's done.
Yes.
It's so hard for a judge just won't say, yes, you're right. Change this and do that. No, they won't do that. They just won't do it. Because then it goes down in their record. It makes them look bad, so they won't do that.
Right. And to your point, it's extra work, right? It's their job. They just want to go home at the end of the day. Before we move on from this,
Yeah, I mean, look,
yeah.
I just don't think it's fair. You know what I mean? What they do. I just don't think it's fair what they do to a lot of people for tax, things like that. You know, white collar crimes. I think they're a little harsh on these white collar crimes. I'm not talking about people that go and rob, like this guy from FTX or Madoff. I'm not talking about that kind of stuff. That's different. Now you're robbing from people and you're taking millions and millions from people. That's a different story. Now you're just a crook. You know what I mean? When you're a crook like that and you just steal billions, yeah, okay, you deserve to get punished. You know what I mean? Like really punished. But like when you're talking about, you didn't file tax or you didn't do this and you didn't rob from anybody. I mean, what's the point of putting a person in prison for so many years? You know what I mean? I mean, it's 6 months. Believe me, any person will learn the lesson. You don't need more than 6 months, even 3 months. They'll
Yeah.
learn their lesson. Trust me. You don't need to be in there for years to learn your lesson. That doesn't do anything.
This is my last question about the feds. And you think that Melissa was involved too, not just Joe, like in going to them and that lawyer being there. You think she kind of led that charge too?
Listen, they both were involved. They were both there. I mean, they were both friends with these people. There was pictures with them out in clubs, partying, having drinks and dancing. Yeah, I mean, they were together with these people for a while. So, and then they just happened to show up, at the party. Okay, at their party. I don't know what party it was, but they had a party, and all of a sudden they just showed up. You know what I mean? My
Yeah.
hair is blowing in my face,
You sound
but
good.
it
There's
feels good this wind over here. But anyway, yeah, all of a sudden,
I
yeah,
hear the wind a little bit, not too bad.
yeah, no, not too bad, but it's nice. I mean, the breeze is always good. But I mean, at the end of the day, she all of a sudden there's this lawyer shows up at your party. I forgot what party it was, but if you look in one of those scenes over there, you'll see her getting thrown out. And I believe it's the scene before I left my garage, and I believe I had a long jacket on, and I threw a kick and hit the bag. And I believe it was that scene
Wow.
because we were going there, and I believe Melissa's family was there. And at the time, the one kid was trying to, I forget whatever Melissa's brother-in-law's name is over there. He was trying to, be a big part of the show as well. And, saying things about me and acting like an idiot or saying that I owed him money or whatever. The kid was like a total, but whatever. It is what it is. You know what I mean?
Do you
Let
think that do you think that part of,